what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about going against all odds. And when you meet major resistance in the world and you don't stop doing shit the way that you always do it, that's how you know you're going against all odds. And when it comes to going against all odds, this has to do with going against that resistance no matter what it is that you're dealing with. No matter what happens, no matter what's occurring, what is basically in front of you when it comes to mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, going through all those challenges, going through all those obstacles, going through all those circumstances, all those situations, against all odds that are dealt your way, against all odds, against everything that is put either mentally to stop you, anything that is put physically to stop you, anything that is put in front of you emotionally to stop you, anything that is put in front of you when it comes to spiritually, any of those that where it seems as if that there's something in resistance towards your path, towards your purpose, towards your state of being. Like I said, when it comes to physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, anything like that, going against all odds is fighting through those circumstances and getting through those challenges, overcoming those obstacles, getting through those challenges, and reaching that space that you are always working towards. And why do I say that if you meet major resistance and don't change a thing that you do, that's just proof that you're going against all odds. So if you meet major resistance when it comes to mentally, and you decide to only use that to either make you constantly be more mentally stable, or you allow that situation to make you more mentally strong, more mentally powerful when it comes to your mental state of being. That's an example of going against all odds. When it comes to dealing with, let's say, physical resistance, something comes into your physical state of being to, let's say, stop you or to slow you down on your path in life. Going against that and overcoming that is going against all odds when it comes to physically. When it comes to anything, let's say, emotionally that you're dealing with, any obstacles or challenges when it comes to emotionally, getting through that and overcoming anything that is in your way when it comes to your emotional state of being is going against all odds when you're going against that resistance. Anything that happens to you when it comes to spiritually, anything that is, on your path, anything that happens to you spiritually when it comes to you being on your path, you being going towards your purpose and whatever that may be, getting through that and overcoming those challenges and obstacles is going against all odds. So going against all odds is just going through being a powerful spirit, having a strong mind, having a strong spirit, having a strong physical state of being, and a strong mental and emotional state of being, regardless of what is, thrown your way, regardless of what cards you're dealt, whatever that may be. Going against those odds and coming out even on top of those situations, getting through those situations regardless of what that may be. And so when we talk about the mental state of being, going against all odds, I don't care if you're experiencing mental strain, I don't care if you're experiencing mental stress, I don't care if you're experiencing difficult thoughts, difficult mind states that you're in where you're like, man, I just gotta detach so much when it comes to mentally, or I've seen something, or I've been thinking about something in this way where mentally I don't think I can keep continuing on, or there's someone trying to get in my head, some person, place, or thing trying to get in my head and, let's say, affect the mental state of being. Don't allow any of that to affect your mental state of being. Just use it as a circumstance, use it as a situation to allow yourself to be even stronger when it comes to mentally. Don't allow those situations to tear you down. Don't allow those situations to change up things necessarily what you have going on when it comes to physically, emotionally, and spiritually, only if you see that that's fit to change something up. You can continue going against all odds by, adapting, by being that adeptus spirit and being able to adapt to the situation, be like, okay, something's not working here. Let me go ahead and, manipulate this state of being or be working in this sort of fashion in order to ensure that my mental state of being can constantly continue to be strong, that my mental state of being can constantly continue to expand, that my mental state of being can constantly keep allowing me to keep going against all odds and keep fighting that resistance, whatever that may be, that you're dealing with when it comes to mentally. I'm telling you now, there's going to be times where you are thinking that you have to do something. There's going to be times where something's trying to affect the way that you think, or the mental state of being that you're in, or your state of well-being when it comes to mentally. Go against all odds. Go against those odds. Whatever it is that's coming to influence or affect your mental state of being in a so-called negative way, or perceived to be a negative way, get through that. Get over that. You'll have the mental strength to continue on your path, and getting over that and going against all odds when it comes to your mental state of being is going to benefit your mental state of being in the long run. You're going to deal with difficult things in this life. You're going to deal with difficult things in this world, difficult thoughts, some mental stress, some mental strife, whatever that may be, mental pain, whatever that may be that you experience. Being able to go against all odds is going to help benefit you, and you're going to maintain your mental strength. Therefore, that's going to help you in general. It's going to help not only mentally, but physically, emotionally, and spiritually when you're going against all odds, as far as it comes to when we talk about the mental state of being. And when we talk about let's talk about the physical state of being. Anything that happens to come in your way, anything that you experience when it comes to physically, this could be person, places, or things getting into your way, or possibly slowing you down, or having any resistance towards your physical state of being in whatever you're working towards. So going against all odds is fighting through that resistance, whatever that may be. You could physically be literally experiencing resistance from persons or from people that you constantly experience resistance from, or let's say energy, they are projecting things onto you with the physical people that you're dealing with. You got to know, and at the end of the day, that you got to see those things for what it is. You got to peep that in the physical realm, you could be getting attacked. You could be having people projecting onto you, but be aware of that physically and say, you know what, that may be occurring in my physical state of being, where persons are causing me to go through resistance, but I'm going to go against all odds, and I'm only going to allow that to strengthen me, and therefore that will be shown in the physical state of being, and those persons will know that you're not here to mess around. You're unstoppable when it comes to you going against all odds. You're not here to mess around. You're here to literally get to what it is you need to get to, regardless of what you're dealing with, regardless of what you're facing in the physical state of being. When it comes to places, you could be experiencing resistance in certain places, or you could be experiencing resistance to reach a certain place, or resistance to continue being in a certain space or place or certain status, or whatever that may be. That resistance that you're dealing with when it comes to physically is only going to be something to make you even more physically stronger. You're not going to cower. You're not going to think that, oh, I can't make it to this place, I can't continue to be in this place. No, you can actually fight through that, and you can go against all odds, regardless of what resistance you're dealing with when it comes to physically. And when it comes to, let's say, certain things, like whatever that may be that you're dealing with when it comes to physically, regardless of what that may be, you can make that happen. You can make these things occur. Whatever's affecting you when it comes to physically, I guarantee you right now, you're way more powerful than that, because you see beyond the physical. Whereas these people, places, or things might not see or be aware of things much further beyond the physical state of being or the physical realm, which is surface level a lot of times. You actually have that awareness of deeper things, deeper concepts. Therefore, you see things for what they are, and you're not going to allow the physical representation of that to stop you in your tracks. You're not going to allow the physical representation of resistance to affect you. You're not going to allow the physical representation of dealing with major resistance when it comes to people, places, and things that you deal with when it comes to physically or places. I already said that. You're not going to allow that to stop you in your tracks, because you're strong enough. You're a strong enough spirit to see beyond and be powerful enough beyond that physical state of being. I don't care what you see right now. I don't care what you've seen in the past. I don't care who you see right now. I don't care who you've dealt with in the past. I don't care who you've dealt with in the present moment, who you're dealing with in the present moment. I don't care what you see presently. I don't care what you are dealing with when it comes to, I don't care what place you're in when it comes to physically. You can go against all odds, regardless of what you're dealing with physically, regardless of what you're dealing with, what kind of resistance you're dealing with when it comes to physically. You can power through that. And I'm here to tell you right now that even the most difficult things, even the most major types of resistance that you'll deal with when it comes to physically, you can overcome, and you can transmute that pressure. You can transmute that resistance that you're dealing with into power and into momentum and into consistency to continuously keep going on your path when it comes to physically. So don't go allowing things to physically alter your efforts in whatever it is you're trying to do. Don't allow any resistance that you're dealing with or any odds that you're going against to affect you. You know that you're constantly becoming stronger and stronger regardless of what you're dealing with when it comes to physically. So power to that physical state of being and power to go against all odds regardless of what those are. Quick little intermission. So I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. This is a really good concept. This is a really good video. Because who doesn't want to go against all odds? Who doesn't want to continue on being the strongest version of themselves when it comes to mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually? Who doesn't want to fight against all resistance that they're experiencing to reach a better space mentally, to reach a better space physically, to reach a better space emotionally, to reach a better space when it comes to spiritually, right? And if you're working towards those things and you're hearing me, you're listening to this video right now, show some support, like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel if you support what's real. And other than that, let's get into the rest of this video, resuming with the emotional state of being. One more moment. Due to the competitive nature of guessing you guys have been able to hear me the whole video, even though I'm playing music right now. Sure, you guys can hear me. So when it comes to going against all odds as far as the emotional state of being, when it comes to going against all odds emotionally, this could be going against no matter what you feel, no matter how you feel, no matter when you feel, no matter what is going on with your emotional state of being, what is going on in that emotional state of being, whatever resistance you're dealing with when it comes to your emotional state of being, you, regardless of that, continue on pushing forward, continue on putting in that work mentally, putting in that work physically, putting in that work spiritually, regardless of how you feel. And that's how you're going to be able to go against all odds. That's how you're going to be able to remain strong and remain in your power when it comes to going against resistance emotionally. And when you're going through all resistance and you're going against all odds emotionally, you're going to automatically be fulfilled emotionally. You're going to be gaining more emotional stability. You're going to be gaining and reaching more emotional spaces that are going to motivate you even more to continue on going when it comes to emotionally. If you are, let's say, being affected emotionally, you are being stopped or resisted against when it comes to your emotional state of being, or someone, place, or a thing is trying to affect your emotional state of being, that is the resistance that you'll be able to feel, and that will fuel your fire in order to continue on pushing you forward and pushing you to go against all odds when it comes to emotionally. I don't care if you're dealing with negative emotions. You could be dealing with depression. I don't care what you're dealing with as far as it comes to emotion. You can continue on going against all odds, and that's going to benefit your mental, physical, and spiritual states of being. And at the end of the day, when you're putting in that work and you're really going against all odds, your emotional state of being is going to benefit. You're going to be more emotionally strong, more emotionally wise, more emotionally knowledgeable, more emotionally intuitive, and more emotionally superior in your emotional state of being, more emotionally mature. And with going against all odds, you're going to automatically feel as if you're on the right path. You're going to feel as if you are moving in the right purpose. You're going to feel like you're, like I said, on the right path, and like you're going against all odds in a way that is self-fulfilling, in a way that is right for you along your path in life, as far as it comes to dealing with any resistance or really going against all odds when it comes to the emotional state of being. If this music was loud and you guys couldn't hear me earlier, just put on subtitles, and I'll make sure that in the other videos that it's not too loud and that you guys can't hear my voice as well. But I'm sure you can make it out because I'm pretty much good at enunciating the words and whatnot. But that's what it's all about. Going against all odds, making sure nothing that you are dealing with is going to stop you. Nothing that you're dealing with is going to stop you in your tracks. No cards that you're dealt is going to stop your progress or, you know, cause you to stop doing something as far as mentally, stop you for doing something as far as physically, stop you from doing something as far as emotionally, stop you from doing something as far as spiritually. That nothing is going to stop you from manifesting what it is that you need to manifest as far as mentally. Manifest what you need to manifest as far as it comes to mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Reaching that space that you need to reach when it comes to mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Whatever resistance you're dealing with when it comes to your emotional state of being, that is, however you feel. Like I said, when, where, why, how you feel. I don't care what that is you're dealing with, what resistance you're going through, going against all odds, and that is going to benefit your state of being. And I'm telling you right now that I've done this myself, and this can help you as well. Going against all odds is how you do it. You don't let anything stop you in your tracks. You don't let anything stop you from reaching the space that